Hey everyone, it's Natch here doing another review for games and how getting 100% by completing the trophy list can help your mental fitness. Please keep in mind that everything here is just my opinion based on my own life experience. There are some professional studies that would suggest I'm on the right track, but for now, I'm here to just spread the word and help people look at gaming as more than just entertainment. So with that, let's jump right in. Today I'm going over Code Vein, developed by Shift and Bandai Namco Studios, released in 2019. You can play this game online or offline. Keep in mind that all trophies can be obtained offline at this point, so an internet connection is not required. Heading into Code Vein, I never heard of it and didn't know what it was. I was, though, excited to play it after watching the trailer. Having now completed it, I must admit, it did not meet my expectations. But nonetheless, I do see it valuable for mental fitness, so let's get right into that. But before we do talk about the fun stuff, some of you might be asking, is this appropriate for kids to play? In short, maybe. But let's take an organic look at it anyway. The ESRB rating for Code Vein is mature, 17 and older, for blood, partial nudity, and violence. Although I can understand ESRB's logic, I actually think the game is fine for teen, 13 and older. Without spoiling the plot, the game is about a group of revenants, which are undead players, who must fight other undead monsters to protect themselves and humans. The game is fantasy in nature, as a lot of the weapons, gameplay mechanics, and features are just unrealistic. The type of violence found in the game also is not human on human, which is important in my book, and the moral arc of the story is not confusing or complicated. There is a lot of blood found in the game, but it's necessary for the purpose of the story that's being told. And importantly, it's not really portrayed in a gruesome or disturbing manner. The partial nudity is no different from what is advertised in the real world, and more importantly, is not exploited by the characters in any disturbing or discriminatory manner. For all those reasons, I just don't see how a mature label is warranted, and at least for me, it's fine for teens. Alright, so now you may be wondering, just how long will this take to get 100%? Well, to be honest, a lot of that will depend on the skill set of the player. For me, I expected Code Vein would take me 22 to 42 hours to get 100%. I went just over that, and there were a lot of things I could have done better. So in my opinion, it would take anyone at least 9 hours to get 100%, though it will greatly differ depending on how many people play with their specific style that they want to, whether they watch the cutscenes, and again, also their skill set. There are no cheats or glitches that I'm aware of that would greatly affect completion time. Game difficulty does not matter, and you can play multiplayer to help reduce the time to complete certain trophies faster than doing solo, which I didn't really take advantage of, to be honest. The other factor to determine how long this will take to get 100% is looking at the trophy list difficulty itself. Even with guides and walkthroughs, which I always suggest using if you can, I'd say Code Vein's trophy list is below average. If you'd like to see the guides I use, they will be in the video description, and remember that playing online can help speed up your completion time. Big factor. Okay, so now the fun stuff. As you know, the whole point of my channel is to help educate and promote gaming for mental fitness. I truly believe you can improve so many mental abilities by earning 100% in a game rather than only playing it just for fun. For Code Vein, I'd say its trophy list mostly improves emotional intelligence. And look, emotional intelligence plays an important factor at any stage in your life. It's the ability to recognize your own emotions, manage them, be aware of others' feelings, and manage any kind of relationship you're in, such as those with family, friends, partners. It's generally a hard thing to do to recognize and even realize just what kind of person you are with your own emotions and whom you would want to strive to be. People can spend their whole lives trying to figure it out and effectively express themselves in a positive or respectful way with others. Not to mention, as we grow older, so do people's emotions, so being able to realize and manage that by playing this game is helpful for mental fitness. The trophy that best highlights this is Determiner of Fate, which is experiencing every possible ending in the game. That requires you to do certain actions, go through certain cutscenes and dialogue. I admit I only did so in the beginning for purposes of determining age appropriation, and then when it became clear what the storyline was, I started skipping all the cutscenes with dialogue where I could. So where I'm getting at though is if you are someone who wants to learn more about human emotions, including your own, and how to manage them and interact with others, with that in mind, this is a good candidate. It's also a good game to get into if you're just getting into completing games for mental fitness. And obviously, any game that would help improve emotional intelligence is a great way for parents to more easily discuss the same with their kids, as there is really no better time period for that than teen years. And before we call it a wrap here, let's talk about improvements. When I think about trophies that would have reflected Code Vein and have been helpful for mental fitness, that would have been Deathless Runs for sure. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. It would have really increased the trophy list difficulty and been more useful than a speed run, given the point of the game, which is really to follow the story. So if you're speed running, you're kind of skipping through everything. So again, I think Deathless Run is probably more appropriate. I also think it would have been good to have trophies related to certain weapons, gifts, and blood codes used, or dodging, parrying, and attack combos, so people were more familiarized with the game mechanics, because you could easily get through the entire game without really understanding any of that. And so yeah, hopefully they use that for future games. Okay, that's a wrap. Again, I was a bit let down with this game, to be honest, but I would recommend it playing if you're looking to build emotional intelligence. And if you have questions about this game or mental fitness, or just want to share your experience with Code Vein, feel free to leave a comment or message me. I will do my best to answer any questions in a reasonable time. Alright everyone, that's another review in the bag. If you want to watch me play live and even join me on my multiplayer games, follow me on Twitch. If you'd like to hear more about mental fitness, my game previews, initial impressions, then go on over and follow my Instagram. If you'd like to help choose what game I should play next, or guess how long my next game will take, you can do that on Twitter/X. That's where I do all my polls, so keep a lookout there. And finally, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.